Okay, we are now recording. I want to officially welcome you to Design Time for November. Today we're going to be talking about copying your courses. So a lot of times there comes that time where you have to repeat a course term over term and you're wondering what's the quickest way we can get our old content into a new course shelf. So hopefully we can answer those questions for you today. As you know, I'm Dawn, and I am the lead for the instructional design team. We have Chris Athanasiadis, who most of you know, but I also want to welcome and introduce Christian Drennan. He's our new instructional designer. He joined us in October. He is going to be our video guy. He has a brain full of video work and editing work that we're excited to put to work here at the college. So I wanted to welcome him and introduce him to everybody here, and we're going to go ahead and get started. What we have here and what Chris is going to work you through is we have a demo course and we have an empty course shell. We're going to do this cooking show style in that we've already prepped a lot of this, so it might take you a little extra time because you'll be deleting probably more buttons than we're going to delete, but we wanted to do this in a relatively quick way for all of you to see and get through. So I'm going to hand it over to Chris, and we're going to talk about the course copy process.
All right, so this would represent what you see on your screen, would represent your new course. I've already deleted the buttons just to speed things up. Your new course would typically look like this on the left-hand side, but like I said, I've already deleted all those. Now, in order to delete these buttons, all you would have to do, click on this or hover over this arrow, and go through the process, delete, delete, and delete again.
So what Chris is doing here is when you get your course for the new semester, you're going to have, as he showed you, the course template already in there. So your first step to this process is to clean out that course, and by deleting the buttons. And by deleting all of the buttons as he's showing, it provides you with an empty course that you will then go to your old course and copy it into. So you kind of want to make a blank canvas. So that's what Chris just showed you there. So first step is entering your brand new course and cleaning it out by deleting all the buttons.
You want to make sure you delete from the bottom up. If you go from the top down, the bottom buttons have links in them, and you'll end up getting stuck on your course. So always just delete your buttons from bottom up. So I already have them all deleted. So I'm going to go ahead and go to your old course. And from there, you want to click on Packages and Utilities, and then Course Copy. Now we are going into an existing course since your new course has already been ordered, so you want to click on that. And then you want to click on this Browse button. From there, a separate window will pop up. That is not working for me. There we go. You want to search for your new course. So I named this one Design Time, but your course will be probably named something different. So you search for it. You can see it popped right up there. You want to click on that little button. You want to click Submit. So now we're telling it to copy your old course to your new course. Now we want to hit this button, Select All. It'll select all this fun stuff. The only thing you need to change here is you need to click this button, and then all the way at the bottom, click this button.
Before you move on, Chris, let's scroll back up. You do have an option here to select certain things that you want to copy, but we're going to select all because we're assuming here that you want to take your entire course for the last time it ran and moving the entire course over, so that you're not touching your old course. When you do your cleanup and getting it ready for this new semester, you're going to do all that work in your new, fresh course. So that was the reasoning behind Select All. And then under the discussion board, where Chris mentioned you want to select that second option there, include only the forums with no starter posts, is because you don't want to include all of the posts that your students made in your previous course. You don't want them to come over. If they do come over, if you forget to choose that, you can quickly fix it by deleting all anonymous or all posts in there, and to clean them up, but by choosing this second option, you avoid that at all costs. So this just means you're going to bring the forums over, but you're not going to bring the posts over. So I just wanted to clarify a little bit there.
Okay. All right.
And one more thing, I'm sorry. In the number 3 area file attachments, you can see that Chris selected that very last one, and that says copy links and copies of the content and include the entire course home folder. Basically, instead of just including links to things, it's going to go into your content collection and it's going to pull everything over. And you want to do that because sometimes if you have, especially if you're working with us and we've put some objects into your course that are, you know, maybe use articulate objects or learning objects and different things that are packaged files, it'll bring the link over and it'll try to bring the player over, but it won't bring all of the supporting files with it. So when it'll work for you because you have access to the course and it's going to read that, but it won't work for your students. Your students they'll hit the player and it won't connect it back to the files it needs to work. And that's a really long description of just click the third button so that it brings everything over so that you're sure that all your files work. Next time I'll use that version as the description. Okay. All right, now we hit submit.
Now hit submit. And if you look at the top, it's going to kind of tell you what's going on up here. It says it's that queen right now, so just give it a couple seconds. You'll get an email saying that your course has been copied. Depending on how much stuff you have in your course, it could take 30 seconds, it could take 10 minutes. I don't think this course has too much in it, so this shouldn't take too long.
And if you, go ahead.
And what I'll do is after I get the email, you can either refresh from up here, you can reload the whole course if you want, log in, log out. I just usually hit this little guy right here. This is the refresh button.
And that's important because a lot of times you'll go over to your other course and you'll think, oh, wait, I copied, where did it go? And if you haven't refreshed in a while, it won't show. So refreshing it just kind of reprocesses the page and makes sure that that function actually occurred. And success.
As you can see, it was very quick. Up here it says complete, so you know it's done. If we look at the old course and the new course, they should look identical. This is the old course, and this is the new course. Same banner. If we were to go in all these modules, all the information is going to be the same.
Yep.
It's going to be identical. So it's a pretty easy process. That's how simple it is.
So the next really important thing to do is before you start working in your new course, close out of your old course because they do look identical, and so sometimes it can trip up your visual of what course am I in. So just make sure that you close that tab of the old course, and when you're updating, fixing, and doing things, you're doing it in your new course because we've all made that mistake.
Yeah, the easiest way to tell is to look here.
Yes.
You know, this is the new course design time template. Of course, your old one's going to say something different. The colors are, you know, kind of hard to tell, so it is easy to mistake the old for the new course.
That's right. So before we move on to, because I wanted to talk a little bit about exporting and importing, Kate, do you have any questions so far? Did anything not make sense?
Just one question. So when you go down, you scroll down to packages and utilities, and you choose, I forget what it is that you choose from there.
Course copy.
Course copy.
Course copy, okay. So when you do course copy, I just kind of got lost a little bit on how your prior course, did that populate in a new window, the one you want to copy? Or
no, actually, we had the two windows open just for ease of flipping back and forth. What you're going to do is you're going to go into your old course. So say you want to copy your fall course for your spring new course. So you're going to go into the fall course, so the one that has all the information in it. You're going to copy it, and then right here in the number 1, this is where you need to select that I'm going to copy my materials into an existing course, meaning there's been a course already made for you. Your spring course is out there and ready for you to start working in. And then you're going to browse for that spring course and tell it where to go specifically. So what course do I want to send all of this material to? So it's not going to open in a new window. It's just going to do all of that work within this course here.
Okay.
When you get the email that says your course copy is complete and it's been successful, then what you'll do is you'll go into Blackboard and you'll search for your new course, open up your new course, and hopefully when you open up your new course, everything's there. If it's not there, that's when you'll do what Chris did, which was the refresh buttons, just to make sure it's processing it.
Okay, perfect. I totally get it now. Yep.
Okay, cool. It went a little quickly, so. Okay, awesome. Well, what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about export and import. You may have heard of these things. They are located in the same area in your course panel, control panel, excuse me, in the packages area. Chris, if you can scroll down to that area, and you'll see there's an option for export/archive your course. Now, you could use this to copy your course, but there's really no need to because the course copy works really quickly and it's actually a lot less steps. So that's why we showed you the course copy process. But we wanted to mention the export your course tool because what it allows you to do is when you export it, you can, and the way you do is you come to this page, you click on Export Package. It's going to look very similar to the course copy page in that you want to select all of the materials again that you want to export. And what that does when you select all of those things is it's going to, instead of move it from one course to another, it's basically going to give you a zip file. And that zip file becomes something you can save. So if you ever have a need or desire to save your course outside of Blackboard, so on your hard drive, this would be how you did that. You would export it, Chris hit submit, and then it kind of happens in the same way. You'll receive an email when that export file is available. You'll come back into the same export area here, and underneath where there says there's no packages for this course, there will be a link to a package for your course once it is done. And then what you'll do is you'll click on that link. I don't know if it'll come up in time, but you'll click on that link and save it to your hard drive. And where that's helpful is maybe you don't have, there it is. So this is where the export file will be, and you'll see it's a zip folder. It'll download if you're in Firefox, and from here you can drag that into your hard drive somewhere on your computer and save the file for your course. And so this might be something where if you're teaching a course term over term over term, copying your course and having access to your old courses is not an issue because Blackboard here at UC keeps all courses for 3 to 5 years. I can't remember exactly, but term over term, you're not going to have a problem getting access to that. If you teach a course every 2 years, every 3 years, and you're just worried that you don't want to go fish for your old course, it might just be easier to go into your brand new course in that same area in the course panel. Instead of exporting, you're going to import your file. And Chris, if you can show that really quickly. We're not going to actually do this process just because it'll confuse everybody. It confused the actual course, but here you can see you would import package, search for that exported file, and then hit submit. And what that does is it brings the entire course over just like our course copy did, but it does it just in a file format versus copying from course to course. There was a situation Carolyn was telling me about where a faculty member taught at a different institution and they were teaching the exact same course, and that institution also did Blackboard. So by her exporting the file onto a hard drive and going to the next day or the next institution, she was able to import that file into Blackboard at the other institution and have her whole course and not start from scratch. So that was fantastic. So that's another use case for an export-import. So we just wanted to tell everybody what that was. It's not something that's used a lot, but it's there and it's available. And if you want to save your course in a different way, it's available to you. So that's it. That's everything. Any questions?
No, I don't have any now.
Okay. Well, if not about this, if you have any questions about anything else, we're available for that too. And I will say I'm really impressed that we did this in 16 minutes because I think that's a record for design time. I'll have to tell Carolyn, it must be her that keeps going long.
It must be. Actually, I did think of one question. So once Blackboard, it has the class up and it says courses unavailable, but once that's there, then we can import?
Yes.
Or not import, but course copy?
Course copy, yeah. Once it's up, it means it's available for you as the instructor. Course is unavailable means it's unavailable to all enrollments. So that gives you that time to build your course, put all the information in there, fix it how you want it, and then you physically make it available through customization and properties. You make it available for your students when you're ready to open it. So yes, as soon as it appears in Blackboard, it's ready to go. Like right now, spring courses are available. So we're starting to do builds for spring.
Okay. And so are the courses now no longer going to be copied over by you guys and that's our responsibility, or?
No, absolutely. We still provide all of that service. We were showing folks, because not everybody uses our services to do it. A lot of people do it themselves. So we just wanted to show everybody a way to do it if they weren't already doing it, or maybe we showed some hints that help people. But if you still want us to do that, we're absolutely here to do that.
Okay. But we can just do these few simple steps and copy it over, and so it eases your burden.
Yep, it's absolutely up to you. Yeah, the only thing that I would just say is, once it's copied over, it's, updating. If it's a true course copy, like I've changed nothing from last term to this term, except for I have obviously all new dates for due dates. That's a really easy process because you can trust that the copy course is copying it, and so the settings should all stay the same and everything. But if you are changing your lectures or updating some of your assignments and moving things around, it just means there's more to update once you've done the course copy. But if you tell us that there's a lot of changes, we actually don't do this process. We kind of build from scratch because we don't want to make the mistake of missing something. But if you tell us that, everything's basically the same last time to this time, except for the dates, maybe 2 lectures or something like that, we'll do a course copy. This is the process we use to get everything in there, and then just update the areas, post a new syllabus, course manual, change the dates, make sure the grade center is aligned and organized and reporting correctly, and then we do our QA process where we check everything and then we hand it back to you.
Okay, great, thanks.
Absolutely. Great. Well, if that's it, we'll go ahead and stop and we'll let you go. And then we have our next design time is going to be, we're hoping to make it timely in that we're going to talk about, it's going to be December 2nd. Again, first Wednesday of every month, and we're going to talk about how to submit grades to the registrar from Blackboard. So if you don't already do that, you can tune in to see how we do that. And then I will get this up and posted on our YouTube page and get it out to everybody so anybody who missed it can review it. So thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.